Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw the Eternal Voyager from Fortnite Season 10. Now we're going to get started in the center of our page with the upper eyelid. So let's move over to the left side. We're going to draw a curve that comes across and then down on the inside. So let's start on the outside, curve in, and pull that down. Let's go to the right side and do the same thing. So we're going to leave a gap in the center, then line up the inside, curve up, and then out. Let's curl up the inside of the brow. Starting from the left, I'm going to curve in. I'm just going to pull that up. Let's go to the right side and do the same thing. Coming in and then up. Now we want to tuck the eyes in underneath the eyelid. So it's a half circle. From the end, we're going to step in, curve down towards the bottom of the eye, and pull that up on the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now we want to add a smaller half circle on the inside. So leaving an even space gap all the way around. We'll start at the very top, curve around towards the bottom, then back up. Do the same thing on the right side. Let's go in and fill the outside of the eyes in black. Now we want to accentuate the brow by pulling it forward. So from the top, we're going to step out. We're going to draw a curve, going up and then out. Let's do the same thing over on the right. Let's move to the center and add the nose. Along the top and the middle, we're going to draw two small dots. On the left side, we're going to draw a straight line coming down. And then on the right side, we'll do the same thing to the same height. Now let's go back to the top. On the left, I'm going to curve out and down about halfway. Do the same thing on the right. Now I'm just going to draw two angle lines coming down towards the bottom of the nostrils. Let's go ahead and fill these two areas in black. Now we're going to move down and draw on the top row of teeth. From the nostril, we're going to step out. We're going to draw a curve going out. Now we're just going to pull that in. Let's go to the right side. We're going to line this up and draw the same thing, curving out and then in. Let's draw on the teeth. From the left, we're going to draw a straight angle line going up. We'll go to the right and do the same thing. Now we're going to add two more teeth on either side. Come down and in. I'm going to pull this up towards the center point, right in the middle. Now let's separate out the teeth. From this top point, I want to draw a curve that goes up and then down on the outside. We'll connect these 2 points with another curve, and then we'll continue across towards the right. Now we're going to move out and draw on the sides of the cheek. From the left, I'm going to step out. From here, I want to curve around the cheek, come down. Now we're going to pull that up and in behind the teeth and leaving a little overlap along the top. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting up here, curve around the cheek. Now we're going to come down towards the same height, and we're going to pull that up and in behind the teeth. Now I just want to add a small wrinkle along the inside of the eye. Starting on the left side, we're going to curve down and then out. And we'll do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to move up to the top and draw in the overlapping flame. So right in the middle, we're going to step right up here, start with a point. From this point, I want to curve out and then back in. Now from here, we're going to draw on the outside of the flame. Starting from the bottom, we're going to curve out and then pull that in. Now I want to curve this out in the opposite direction. So we're going to blend into a curve going out towards the left. Now from here, we're going to draw a swirl. Come out towards the right, and then back over towards the left. Now I just want to round this out and go back up. Round it out, go up. Now I'm going to curve in the opposite direction again, curving out towards the right. We want to make our way back down towards the bottom. So from the top, taper this in, back out. I'm going to pull this back in, aiming towards the center. Pull that into right above there. Now I want to connect these 2 points with a curve, going out and then up. Now we want to layer the top of the skull in behind this flame. So it's a large half circle. Starting from the left side, I'm going to curve this out, up. Now we're going to pull this in behind the flame. I want to continue over on the right side, going out, down, and then in. Now we're going to draw on the back side of the flame. Starting from the left cheek, I'm going to bump this out, pull that back in. Now I'm going to bend this out towards the left. Blending into a curve going out. Let's taper this back in, curving back in towards the skull. Now from here, I'm going to go up, in, and then back up. And we're going to tuck this in behind that front flame, curving in and then down. Let's go over to the right side. So in behind this flame, I'm going to curve around and back over towards the left. We're going to work our way back towards the side of the head. Going out and then in. And from here we're going to curve this out towards the right. Let's curve in, then back out. Now I'm going to pull this in behind the cheek on the right side. Let's add one flame over on the left. Starting down here, we're going to curve out, in, and then back out. We'll connect these 2 points with a curve, going in and then back out. Now there's 2 holes on the side of the skull. So we're going to start on the left side, the very top, curve in and then back out. We're going to line this up on the right and do the same thing, curving in. Now we're going to draw on the back side of the hole. Start from the top, we're going to step down, curve out and then back in. Same thing on the right side. Now we want to fill those 2 areas in black. Alright, so now that we've drawn the head, let's work our way down the body. We start with the front edge of the collar first. Starting from the left, we curve down underneath the teeth, and then back up on the right side. Let's add a fold in the collar. On the left side, I'm going to curve down and then in. The same thing on the right. Now we want to tuck the bottom of the flame in behind the collar. Starting down here at the edge of the collar, we're going to curve out, up. I'm just going to pull this out underneath the cheek. So do the same thing on the right. Curving out, up, and then out. From the corners of the collar, I'm going to curve this up and in behind the flame on both sides. Let's fill those 2 areas in black. Let's add another fold underneath the collar. On the left side, we're going to step down, curve out, and then pull that in. Do the same thing on the right, curving out, and then in. Let's add in the sides of the body. Underneath the collar on the left side, I'm going to curve out, and then down towards the hip. Do the same thing on the right side. Now let's add 2 angled belt straps coming down. From the left, I'm going to angle down and in with a straight line. Same thing over on the right. Now we're going to go up with a straight line, going to the top of the strap. Now I'm going to follow that same angle, going up and out towards the side of the body. Let's add some texture to the straps. Starting from the inside line, we're going to step out. We're going to continue drawing these straight lines all the way out towards the side of the body. Let's add some detail to the body. From the inside point of the collar, draw a straight line coming down to right about there. We're going to angle this out and down, then come straight down towards that belt strap. Do the same thing over on the right. Come straight down, we're going to angle out, and then down towards that strap. Now we want to trace this out on the outside. From the collar on the outside of the body, we'll step down, draw an angled line coming in, down, out, and then back down. We want to leave an even space gap all the way through. Now from the inside of this trim, we want to step in, just going to trace that out. Now we're going to pull this all the way up towards the top of the collar. Do the same thing on the right. I'm going to add one small circle on the right side. Now on the top, we'll draw an even smaller circle and do the same thing on the bottom. Now we're going to continue working down with the legs. In the center, we're going to step down, draw a curve from left to right, going up and then down. Leaving a gap in the middle, we're going to step over towards the left side. We want to curve out and down towards the left heel. Go to the right, curve out and down towards the right heel. Now let's round out the bottom of the feet. From the heel, I'm going to curve down and up towards the toes. And then from here, we want to round out the top of the foot. It's almost like drawing a half circle, aiming towards the heel. So we'll start at the toe, curve up, aim towards the heel. We're going to stop right about there. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving up, then aiming towards the heel. Let's thicken up the sole. We're going to take this curve, step up, just trace that across on both sides. Now we're going to move back up to the hips and draw on the side of the leg. From the left hip, I'm going to curve out the leg, round it out, and pull that in towards the top of the foot. From the top of the foot, we're going to step up and draw the edge of the boot. Starting from the outside of the leg, we'll curve down and then up. Let's add some detail to the legs. Underneath the strap on the left side, I'm going to curve down and then out. We'll step out and draw that same curve. Now we're going to take that and flip it over on the right. Starting up here, curve down and out. We'll add one strap across the knees. From the top of the boot cuff, we're going to step up, curve down and in about halfway across the leg. Draw a short line going up. And we're going to trace this back towards the outside of the leg. Let's do the same thing over on the right. Now we're going to move back up and draw on the arms. I want to start with the shoulder straps first. Starting from the bottom curve of the collar, I'm going to curve out. And now we're going to pull that in towards the side of the body. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving out and then in. Let's add one buckle. Along the top, we're going to add two lines, one above the other. Line this up on the right and do the same thing. Now going back to the left side, let's draw on the inside of the arm. From the bottom of the strap, I'm going to step up, I'm going to curve out and down towards the wrist. Let's draw on the thumb. From the wrist, we're going to draw a small half circle, curving in and then back out. At the end of the thumb, we'll draw a bracket. Now at the bottom curve of the thumb, come down and bend this up around that bracket. Let's add two more fingers. I'm going to step down, curve down and up the second finger. Now the third finger, I'm going to start out here, we're going to curve out, up. Now we're going to pull this in towards the side of the collar. Let's do the same thing over on the right. Line up the inside of the arm, curve out and then down. Draw in a half circle for the thumb. Then we'll draw in a bracket. At the bottom of the thumb, curve down and up around that bracket. Draw on the second finger. Now the third finger, we're going to curve all the way around. I'm going to pull this up in behind the collar. Up and then in. Let's add in the cuff of the sleeve. Starting from the wrist, curve up and then down. We're going to step up and draw that same curve. Do the same thing over on the right. Starting from the wrist, curve up and down. Draw that twice. Now we want to add a trim on the top part of the arm. Starting in behind the strap, we're going to follow the same curve of the arm, curving across and then down. Draw a short angled line coming down and in. Now we're going to pull this up with a curve in behind the strap. Let's do the same thing over on the right. Starting from the side of the strap, curve out and down. A short angle line coming in, and we'll curve that back up in behind the strap. Now we want to show the tip of the strap in behind the collar and the arms. So on the top of the collar, we're going to draw a short angle line coming down and out. We're going to angle down and in behind the arm. Let's do the same thing on the right. From the top of the collar, we're going to step down, angle down and out, coming down and in behind the arm. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's the Eternal Voyager from Fortnite Season 10. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.